Mother, I never saw this album before.
For goodness sakes, I haven't seen this in years. It belonged to my mother.
Oh, please, let's go through it.
Look, this is a picture of my grandfather, Tevye.
Let's see. Gosh, he looks an awful lot like Bernie Kishlevsky.
Please, no one looks like Grandpa Tevye. Oh, he was a marvelous man, and he really raised his family in the true Jewish tradition.
What do you mean?
Well, everyone knew what was expected of them in those days. You really knew what it was like to be Jewish, and you weren't ashamed of it. I can almost hear the old gent talking now.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, don't be comical. Really, I'm serious. If I were to close my eyes, I can almost see him.
A fiddler on the roof. Sounds crazy, no? But in our little village of Anatevka, you might say, every one of us is a fiddler on the roof, trying to scratch out a pleasant, simple tune without breaking his neck. It isn't easy, is it, Rabbi?
No, Tevye. It's the strangest sight you'll ever see. Away above my head, I see the strangest sight. A fiddler on the roof who's up there day and night. He fiddles when it rains, he fiddles when it snows. He never seems to stop, yet on and on he goes. What does it mean, this fiddler on the roof who fiddles every night and fiddles every noon? Why does he pick so curious a place to play his little fiddler's tune? An unexpected breeze could blow him to the ground, yet after every storm I see he's still around. Whatever each day brings, this odd outlandish man, he plays his simple tune just as sweetly as he can. A fiddler on the roof, a most unlikely sight. It might not mean a thing, but then again, it might.
You may ask, why do we stay up there if it's so dangerous? We stay because Anatevka's our home. And how do we keep our balance? That I can tell you in one word: tradition.
Tradition, 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 tradition.
Because of our traditions, we've kept our balance for many years. Here in Anatevka, we have our traditions for everything. How to eat, how to sleep, how to work, even how to wear our clothes. For instance, we always keep our heads covered, and we wear these little prayer shawls. This shows our constant devotion to God. You may ask, how did these traditions get started? I'll tell you. I don't know, but it's a tradition. Because of our traditions, everyone here knows who he is and what God expects him to do.
Who day and night must scramble for a living, feed a wife and children, say his daily prayers, and who has the right as master of his house to write the final word at home? Tradition, tradition.
Who must know the way to make a proper home, a quiet home, a kosher home? Who must raise a family and run the home? The flock must free to read the holy book.
Tradition,
a train. I hear they picked a bride for me. I hope she's pretty. The sons, tradition. The sons, tradition.
And who does Mama teach to mend and tend and fix, preparing us to marry whoever Papa picks? The daughters, tradition. The daughters, tradition.
Day and night.
And who does Mama teach to mend and tend and fix, preparing us to marry whoever Papa picks? Tradition. The Papas. Tradition.
Tradition, tradition. Without our traditions, our lives would be as shaky as a fiddler on the roof.
I still think he looks like Bernie Kishlevsky. Hey, who are these girls? They're beautiful.
Why, that's my mother Zeitel and her two sisters, Hodel and Hava.
Who's that witch with them?
Joan, that witch is Yenta the matchmaker.
Yenta the matchmaker? Did they really have matchmakers in those days? Didn't Grandma marry whoever she loved?
Yes, she did, but she had problems too. Yenta wanted to find her a fellow, and her sisters were all for it. She, of course, talked them out of it. Oh, was she shrewd. I take after her.
Oh, Natch, how did she do it?
Well, as I recall, the conversation went something like this.
I wonder if Yenta the matchmaker found a husband for you.
Oh, Yenta.
Somebody has to arrange the matches. Young people can't decide for themselves.
She may bring someone wonderful.
Someone interesting.
And well off.
And important. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, look through your book and make me a perfect match.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, I'll bring the veil. You bring the groom, slender and pale. Bring me a ring, for I'm longing to be the envy of all I see.
For Papa, make him a scholar.
For Mama, make him rich as a king.
For me, well, I wouldn't holler if he were as handsome as anything. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Find me a find, catch me a catch. Night after night in the dark I'm alone, so make me a match of my own. Since when are you interested in a match, Hava? I thought you had your eye on your books.
Ha 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 ha.
And you had your eye on the rabbi's son.
Well, we only have one rabbi, and he has only one son. Why shouldn't I want the best?
Because you're a girl from a poor family, so whatever Yenta brings, you'll take, right?
Of course, right.
Hodel, oh Hodel, have I made a match for you? He's handsome, he's young, all right, he's 62, but he's a nice man, a good catch, true? True, I promise you'll be happy, and even if you're not, there's more to life than that. Don't ask me what. Hava, I found him. Will you be a lucky bride? He's handsome, he's tall, that is from side to side, but he's a nice man, a good catch, true? True, you've heard he's got a temper, he'll beat you every night, but only when he's sober, so you're all right. Did you think you'd get a prince? Well, I do the best I can. With no dowry, no money, no family background, be glad you've got a man.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, you know that I'm still very young. Please take your time.
Up to this minute I misunderstood that I could get stuck for good.
Dear Yanta, see that he's gentle. Remember, you are also a bride.
It's not that I'm sentimental. It's just that I'm terrified.
Matchmaker, matchmaker, plan me no plans. I'm in no rush. Maybe I've learned.
Playing with matches, a girl could get burned.
So bring me no rings, groom me no grooms, find me no find, catch me no catch, unless he's a matchless match.
Did Hodel ever marry the rabbi's son?
No, she married Pritchik, a student, and was he poor, too.
Did your grandmother mind?
Well, she did at first. Poor Pritchik. He never even cared for money until he wanted to marry Hodel. And then he used to sit and wish he were a rich man.
Dear God, you made many, many poor people. I realize, of course, it's no shame to be poor, but it's no great honor either. So what would have been so terrible if I had a small fortune? If I were a rich man, all day long I'd biddy biddy boom. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. If I were a bitty bitty rich, yidle deedle diddle diddle man, I'd build a big tall house with rooms by the dozen right in the middle of the town. A fine tin roof with real wooden floors below. There couldn't be one long staircase just going up and one even longer coming down, and one more leading nowhere just for show. I'd fill my yard with chicks and turkeys and geese and ducks for the town to see and hear, squawking just as noisily as they can. And each laugh will land like a trumpet on the ear, as if to say, here lives a wealthy man. If I were a rich man, all day long I'd biddy biddy boom. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. If I were a bitty bitty rich man, yidle deedle diddle diddle man, I'd see my wife, my Hodel, looking like a rich man's wife with a proper double chin, supervising meals to her heart's delight. I see her putting on airs and strutting like a peacock. Oh, what a happy mood she's in, screaming at the servants day and night. The most important men in town will come to fawn on me. They will ask me to advise them as a Solomon the Wise. If you please, Rab Pritchik, pardon me, Rab Pritchik, posing problems that would cross a rabbi's eyes. La-dee-ra-da-dee-ra-da-da. And it won't make one bit of difference if I answer right or wrong. When you're rich, they think you really know. If I were rich, I'd have the time that I like to sit in a synagogue and pray, and maybe have a seat by the eastern wall. And I discuss the holy books with the learned men 7 hours every day. That would be the sweetest thing of all. If I were a rich man, all day long I'd biddy biddy boom. If I were a wealthy man, I wouldn't have to work hard. Boom. Lord, who made the lion and the lamb? You decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast eternal plan if I were a wealthy man?
Oh, look at this. Here's a picture of the family around the Sabbath table.
How beautiful. It really looks as if they made a big deal of it.
Oh, yes. The family would gather together, and Grandpa Tevye and Grandma Goldie would sing the Sabbath Prayer.
May the Lord protect and defend you. May He always shield you from shame. May you come to be in Israel a shining name. May you be like Ruth and like Esther. May you be deserving of praise. Strengthen them, O Lord, and keep them from the stranger's ways. May God bless you and grant you long life. May the Lord fulfill a Sabbath prayer for you. May God make you good mothers and wives.
Send you husbands who will care for you.
May the Lord protect and defend you. May the Lord preserve you from pain. Favor them, O Lord, with happiness and peace. Oh, hear our Sabbath prayer.
Who's this schleppy-looking guy?
Well, that stunning man happens to be my father.
That doesn't look like Gramps.
Oh, he was only a poor tailor then. But he loved my mother, Zeitel. And you know something? She was already promised to the butcher, Laser Wolf.
What happened?
Well, my father asked Grandpa Tevye for my mother's hand, and strangely enough, he consented.
Why, Yul, what'd your father say then?
Oh, he thought it was a miracle.
Wonder of wonder, miracle of miracles, God took a Daniel once again, stood by his side, and miracle of miracles, walked him through the lion's den. Wonder of wonder, miracle of miracles, I was afraid that God would frown, but like he did so long ago in Jericho, God just made a wall fall down. When Moses softened Pharaoh's heart, that was a miracle. When God made the waters of the Red Sea part, that was a miracle too. But of all God's miracles, large and small, the most miraculous one of all is that out of a worthless lump of clay, God has made a man today. Wonder of wonder, miracle of miracles, God took a tailor by the hand, turned him around, and miracle of miracles, led him to the promised land. When David slew Goliath, yes, that was a miracle. When God gave us manna in the wilderness, that was a miracle too. But of all God's miracles, large and small, the most miraculous one of all is the one I thought would never be. God has given you to me.
So that's what the tailor Muttle Kemsol thought.
The tailor Muttle Kemsol? That isn't Gramps.
Oh, well, he changed his name when he came to this country.
Oh, I'm glad. Evan Picone suits him so much better. Hey, here's your parents' wedding picture. Look at your Grandpa Tevye and your Grandma Goldie. I wonder what they were saying. They look so solemn.
Oh, they were probably thinking about how fast the children grow up. They're babies at sunrise and adults at sunset.
Is this the little girl I carried? Is this the little boy at play?
I don't remember growing older. When did they?
When did she get to be a beauty? When did he grow to be this tall?
Wasn't it yesterday when they were small? Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly flow the day. Seedlings turn overnight to sunflowers, blossoming even as we gaze.
Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly fly the years, one season following another, laden with happiness and tears.
What words of wisdom can I give them? How can I help to ease their way?
Now they must learn from one another, day by day.
They look so natural together, just like two newlyweds should be.
Is there a canopy in store for me? Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly flow the day. Seedlings turn overnight to sunflowers, blossoming even as we gaze. Sunrise, sunset, sunrise, sunset, swiftly fly the years, one season following another, laden with happiness and tears.
Wow, what a doll. Who's this gorgeous creature?
Don't be vulgar. That is Ilyich. He married my Aunt Hava. He was Russian, you know, and Grandpa Tevye never forgave her for this. However, they felt that if they had one another, they had everything.
I used to tell myself I hadn't anything, and life was passing me by. I hadn't anything, now I have everything. No one is richer than I. I have someone that I can live for, someone that I would die for too. Yes, now I have everything. Not only everything, I have a little bit more. Besides having everything, I know what everything's for. What did I have in life? Not much of anything, and life was passing me by. I hadn't anything, now I have everything. No one is richer than I. I have someone that I can live for, someone that I would die for too. Yes, now I have everything, not only everything, I have a little bit more. Besides having everything, I know what everything's for. I used to wonder, could there be a wife to share such a difficult, wandering kind of life?
I was only out of sight, waiting right here.
Who knows tomorrow where our home will be?
I'll be with you, and that's home enough for me.
Everything is right at hand, simple and clear. I have someone that I can live for, someone that I would die for too. Yes, now I have everything, not only everything, I have a little bit more. Besides having everything, I know what everything's for.
Your parents were really cute.
Yes, I remember them vividly.
Did they get fixed up by a matchmaker too?
Certainly, everyone did in those times. But I know they were in love. My mother often told me about the time she overheard Grandpa Tevye ask Grandma Goldie if she loved him. And you know, they had already been married 25 years.
Boy, why didn't he wait a little longer? What a swinger.
Oh, don't be sarcastic.
Well, what did Grandma Goldie say?
She said, do I what?
Goldie, do you love me?
Do I what?
Do you love me?
Do I love you? With our daughters getting married and there's trouble in the town, you're upset, you're worn out, go inside, go lie down. Maybe it's indigestion.
Goldie, I'm asking you a question. Do you love me?
You're a fool.
I know, but do you love me?
Do I love you? For 25 years I've washed your clothes, cooked your meals, cleaned your house, given you children, milked the cow. After 25 years, why talk about love right now?
Goldie, the first time I met you was on our wedding day. I was scared.
I was shy.
I was nervous.
So was I.
But my father and my mother said we'd learn to love each other. So now I'm asking Goldie, do you love me?
I'm your wife.
I know. But do you love me?
Do I love him? For 25 years I've lived with him, fought with him, starved with him. 25 years my bed is his. If that's not love, what is?
Then you love me.
I suppose I do.
And I suppose I love you too. It doesn't change a thing, but even so, after 25 years, it's nice to know.
This is my Aunt Hoddle. Her Pritchett went to prison, and she went to marry him in Siberia.
Siberia? She must have been a kook.
She was in love.
But still, how could she leave everyone, her home, and just go to Siberia? Hawaii I could understand, but Siberia?
Oh, it wasn't easy, but she said goodbye and never came back.
Just like a Greek tragedy.
They were Russians.
Same thing.
It broke Grandpa Tevye's heart, but he let her go.
What did she say? I wonder how she convinced him.
How can I hope to make you understand why I do what I do? Why I must travel to a distant land, leaving the home I love. Once I was happily content to be as I was, where I was, close to the people who are close to me, here in the home I love. Who would know that a man would come who would change the shape of my dreams? Helpless now I stand with him, watching older dreams grow dim. Oh, what a melancholy choice this is, wanting home, wanting him, closing my heart to every hope but his, leaving the home I love. There where my heart has settled long ago, I must go, I must go. Who could imagine I'd be wandering so far from the home I love? Yet here with my love, I'm home.
Well, give him my regards, this Moses of yours. I always thought he was a good man. Tell him I rely upon his honor to treat my daughter well. Tell him that.
Papa, God alone knows when we shall see each other again.
Then we will leave it in his hands.
There where my heart has settled long ago, I must go, I must go. Who could imagine I'd be wandering so far from the home I love? Yet here with my love, I'm home.
How sad.
Yes, it was. However, enough of these memories. Let's put things away for another time, when we can reminisce again. Let's trot downstairs and get things started. Your dad should be home soon. Look, Joan, do me a favor and get the table set for supper. Dinner should be ready in a jiffy. We have an easy supper, and it will just require heating.
I wonder who that can be.
Come on in, the door's open.
Hi, Ansel.
Hi.
I brought the whole family to help celebrate my engagement to Seymour.
How about a toast to the lucky couple?
Here's to your prosperity, your good health and happiness, and most important, to life, l'chaim, 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 to life.
Here's to the wife that I'll try to be.
Here's to my bride-to-be.
Drink l'chaim to life, l'chaim, l'chaim, l'chaim to life.
Life has a way of confusing us, blessing and bruising us.
Drink l'chaim to life.
God would like us to be joyful, even though our hearts lie panting on the floor. How much more can we be joyful when there's really something to be joyful for?
To life, l'chaim.
To Phyllis, my daughter.
My wife.
Something to think about, something to drink about. Drink l'chaim.
What's going on here?
I'm taking myself a bride.
And who is the lucky girl?
Your niece Phyllis, of course.
Well,
Bernie Kushlowski to Seymour. To Phyllis, your daughter.
My wife.
May all your futures be pleasant ones, not like our present ones. Drink l'chaim to life, l'chaim. L'chaim, l'chaim to life. It takes a wedding to make us say, let's live another day. Drink l'chaim to life. Raise a glass and sip a drop of schnapps in honor of the great good God that favored you. We know that when good fortune favors to such men extensive reason, we deserve it too. To us and our good fortune, be happy, be healthy, all life. And if not good fortune ever comes, here's to whatever comes. Drink l'chaim to life.
Shastarovia, heaven bless you both, Nostrovia, to your health and may we live together in peace. Zava Shastarovia, heaven bless you both, Nostrovia, to your health and may we live together in peace. May you both be favored with the future of your choice. Hey! May you live to see 1,000 reasons to rejoice.
Hey! Zava Shastarovia, heaven bless you both, Nostrovia, to your health and may we live together in peace. May you both be favored with the future of your choice. Hey! May you live to see 1,000 reasons to rejoice. Hey! La 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 la. La 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 la. Hey! La 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 la. Hey! We'll raise our glass and sip a drop of schnapps in honor of the great good God has favored you. We know that when good fortune favors to such men it stands to reason we deserve it too. To us and our good fortune, be happy, be healthy, all life. And if a good fortune never comes, here's to whatever comes.